Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kiss up to God. To God be the glory for all the wonderful works that He does. Thank you, God, for another do over, another day to get it right. Thank you, God, for family and friends, for grace and mercy. Thank you, God, for another day in the land of the living. And God, if we had the opportunity to say I'm sorry, please allow that opportunity because I'm sorry can restore and can recover a whole lot of things. Good morning, YouTube. How is my family? I pray all is well. This morning, I'm coming on with overcoming oppositions. And about 5:50 this morning, I woke up and I started praying for a friend of mine who's really going through. And I don't know why, but I was prompted to pray for this person. And then I texted him about 6 o'clock, and he texted back like right away. So he was already up. And that's what I told him. I said, through what you're dealing with, the opposition and the trials and the tests, it's going to give you such a strong testimony. And he totally agreed with it. So we're going to get into opposition. Opposition is in a way that's against someone or something, an adversary. And we know the adversary is the enemy who really works with deception. He adds conflict, disagreement, he's hostile, disapproval, anger, violence. Opposition is we face it because of our calling. Opposition is meant to prepare you because we are made to make a mark in this world. Oppositions are allowed to test our faith because the forces of evil recognizes the light and the dark forces are hoping that we doubt our purpose. And that's one of the things that he's trying to do. He's been doing it from the beginning of time. We could go into Joseph. The jealousy of his brothers left him to die. And look what happened. It worked out for the good of God. Look at David. Saul was ready to kill him. And David was such an important, he was so important for us. And look what happened. He became the greatest king, the king after God's own heart. Even Jesus was sent here to make a mark. Jesus was sent here for peace. And of course, the crucifixion of Jesus. But look what happened. We're talking thousands of years later. We are still worshiping. We're still praising. We're still praying to God. I even had someone comment when I made a comment like this. Someone had comment that that's the opposite. Jesus wasn't sent here for peace, and I don't know what Bible he was reading. I don't know what he was reading, but as I say, sometimes people, they leave comments. That's just their personal feelings, or maybe we could read and we could interpret whatever we want to interpret with that. And then this morning I go on with Reverend Lisa, and which she was talking about the armor of God, which it ties in great with the opposing enemy because we are getting ready to fight a war. It's about to be a battle. It's we are fighting a war. I'm sorry, we are fighting a war in the spiritual realm, and we need our armor because of the opposition, because of the adversary, because of the enemy. He's coming against the ones that he knows has the light. He knows, like I said, the dark forces see the light within. And this is who he's coming after because he's not going to mess with somebody with the dark force with him or just like him. He doesn't bother them because, see, they're doing what he wants them to do. But as soon as you come up against him, as soon as you're trying to do the right thing and you walking in your purpose and you're bringing forth the word and you're trying to motivate and inspire and to let people know that through these trials and these tests that there will be a testimony and that God got you. As soon as he realized that, he's going to come against you so hard. He's going to come against you with all his might to try to make you feel like that you're not that something's wrong with you, that you're not here for a reason, for a purpose. We were all born with a reason. We were all born with a purpose. We just haven't tapped into it. Once we tap into the real reason that we're here, it's going to be a little bit better. It's going to be a little bit stronger. But we actually are setting down on what God sent us here for. because of maybe because of the doubt, because of the hurt, because of situations, because of things that have gone on in your life, and you're trying to figure out, why should I keep doing this? Why should I keep doing this? I keep getting hurt, I keep getting disappointed, I keep getting, you know, um, pushed around. But all of this is in preparation. We have to be prepared, because once God prepare us, that's why some of the oppositions are coming. Because how can I tell someone that has been abused that you can get out if I wasn't abused and got out? How can I tell someone who has lost a child that it will always hurt, but you will be okay, you will overcome it, if I hadn't lost a child? How can I tell someone that, if they cheated on you, you can stay there and deal with it if you want to, or you could leave if you want to. You do have a choice. If I wasn't cheated on, he has prepared some of these oppositions, some of these things in our life, so that once we get over, and once we realize how to deal with it, we can go out and we could tell other people, we could preach to other people, we could advise other people, we can motivate other people, we can talk to other people about the same situation, because things that we go through, we're not alone. Hurt, disappointment, you're not alone. All the stuff that we deal with, we're not alone. We're all dealing with certain things. We're all dealing with something. And we need to be each other's examples. We need to be each other's go-to, because God did put us here for a reason. And it's not just to set back on him and to think that he's going to do everything. He gives us free will. So some of the stuff that we have done, we willed it in our life. We did it on our own. So when you're angry, when you're mad, some of those things we did on our own. And some things were allowed. As I say, they're allowed because we need to know that God is the only way. Some things are allowed because if we didn't get it in our life like that, then what good is praying? Some things are allowed because we have to understand the power. We have to understand, we have to rely on our God, our faith, everything else, and rely on each other. Get that bond, get that circle, get that bond, get yourself a prayer partner, get someone that you can call and talk to about things that are going on, because if we don't, we're going crazy here. We're going crazy here trying to handle things on our own. God is here to fight our battles, but we have to give them to him and not try to fight them ourselves, especially the ones we can't handle. There are some ones that, that okay, God, I got over that. And we know it's because of him. But there are some things that is so difficult to deal with and so hard to get over. And that's when he comes. And that's when he sits with us. And that's when he knows that we need him. And that's when we depend on him on our own. And sometimes that's what happens. We have to hit rock bottom before we call out to him. And I think that's we got to hit rock bottom and hit it hard before we realize, before we go to him, before we understand that God is the only way. If you think anybody needs to hear this, please share it with them. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue to like, and please continue to comment. And pray today, call a friend today, whatever church of your choice. If you're going in the building, if you're listening, get some spirit in you some kind of way. Not just today, but every day. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am your Southern Belle, and I'm on the right road now. God bless.